Hi and welcome. Today we want to talk about a thing that I've been asked to do here and there by students, friends, and basically on chats when I join some chats regarding security. So I just think this is a topic that's been covered so many times by so many different authors. So I just took one from Guru99. It's called made by a guy called Lawrence Williams by this October 2021. So this is really new. Top 110 cybersecurity interview question and answers. Holy moly. So I would like to say this video is about security interview questions. I want to talk about what I think about security interview questions. Let's talk about a few of them, maybe in depth about a few of them again, and then let's scroll down and see what it is all about. I'm gonna share this link with you guys in this video. So, just props to the guy Lawrence Williams for creating this wonderful article for us that we're using today. So, he tells us that following are frequently asked questions in interviews for freshers as well as experienced cybersecurity certification candidates. Basically, whenever you are at a job interview, you're being asked a lot of different, check questions in order for them to verify if you are the real deal or whatever you are all about. Let's see if we can close these ads so it doesn't spam the view this much. So there we go. So the very first question would be, what is cybersecurity? And the answer would be, cybersecurity refers to the protection of hardware, software, and data from attackers. And the primary purpose of cybersecurity is to protect against cyber attacks like accessing, changing, or destroying sensitive information. Now, that is true. So I would say that many would probably argue that cybersecurity also is about pen testing, and this is just another thing. It's like a innermost little sting in my stomach saying, I think people should try and understand that pen testing is not security really. It is working around it, like touching the area, but it's not making or creating security. Pen testing is not bringing security to the company. Pen testing is trying to break things. So if you hit the wall, it might fall. So if the wall falls, how did that bring security to the company? It didn't really, right? Then some would argue, but the pen tester could tell the security engineer how to fix the problem. Yes, that is true. If you hire a white hat, in-house, in your company, pen tester to test your system, if that pen tester can look at the source code and talk to the security engineers and developers, that will bring some value that is really good. But listen to what I'm doing right now. I'm combining things. I'm not saying just pen testing out there. It's like, and this is probably major one flaw that cybersecurity did not address. So, what are the elements? And there are different kind of elements you should be aware of: information security, network, operational, application, end user, business, and blah blah. Yeah, this is the things that companies are looking for. That the differences in these kind of I would say categories. And I'm not. This is going to be a short video, but it's probably gonna get long anyway, I guess. When talking about information security, it is basically in most occasions about. The reason I'm saying most occasions is because some people would argue different. But what I see in this is information security is about protecting information. Network is about the actual network, how the traffic is flowing between point A and point B. Is that secure? Operational is, well, it's a difficult one, but in my eyes, it could be a sysadmin, monitoring and making sure that the operations itself are working. Application is a developer, end user education is awareness courses and education. Look in my videos, for example, using Try Hack Me, Hack the Box, doing things that move your mindset. Business continuity planning has nothing directly to do with security, but it is about making sure that your business is always running, and you have a step on your board for the next step you want to do. I'm not really into business, so this for me this would be like not the best thing to talk about. And if I scroll down a bit, it kind of comes to stuff like, what is the CIA? And I see many people failing the CIA triad hardly. So let's just talk about it briefly. The CIA triad is a very important model for you to understand. It consists of 3 concepts. I want to be clear that the 3 concepts are security goals. It is something you can achieve. So it is a goal. Confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Now, they already provided us with the answer, so let's just stick to the text here. Confidentiality ensure the sensitive data is accessed only by the authorized user. So think about whenever you log into a web page or system, you are authorized as the particular user, which grant you access to this document. This is confidentiality. Integrity means the information is in the right format. Well, I want to say this is a very vague description of integrity, so I marked the word format for you. So when it talks about in the right format, it basically also means that and you ensure that the data you're reading, the document you're reading right now, is in the right state as you left it in the last time, that no one else can modify it, for example. And when you're talking about someone else that can modify the document, aren't we talking about confidentiality? But not really, because this is talking about access. So the choice of word is very important for you when you're talking about confidentiality, integrity, and those two itself go hand in hand. So very hard to take them apart totally, but it is of course possible, which I'm doing right now. Then we have availability, ensures that data and resources are available for users who need them. Wow, that sounds really easy, right? Doesn't it? So whenever you log in, have access to it, and you make sure the access is correct. It basically means that whatever you're reading now isn't the same state as you left it in. No one else did something to it, deleted or edited. Is that availability? Well, yeah, in a nutshell, that would be fine to say it. But availability is more than that. It is also about what if the S hit the fan? What if your company is down? How will you ensure availability for your company? If, for example, we say your company goes down and you have 1,000 customers banging your door saying, "I want to access my data," how would you allow them to do that? So availability is much more than just the sentence that look, oh, this is so easy. Ensure availability for users. And users always need stuff. The most inconvenient moments in the world, the users need the stuff. This is just something for you to think about. And what I'm saying right now is really some of the interesting points and twists I would like to say that you could say for your job interview. Feel free to comment below and ask me a question, whatever I feel about this question. What would I say? I'm gonna give you my take on it. And explain SSL, data leakage and stuff like that. This is really just a really good document you can use to actually lay out what should I learn in order to get a really good job. So learn everything. If they want to say like, okay, so what's the OSI model? And this is a difficult one to answer short, so I'm not gonna answer it. However, I would like to say, please look up the OSI model and look for this kind of physical data link, network transport layers, and so on. And if you scroll down again, talk about types of hackers and how to reset passwords on the BIOS configuration, the basic input-output. And what is man-in-the-middle attack? Well, it is a man-in-the-middle attack, but what is it basically? And explain how it works. This kind of text are, some of them are a bit vague, and it could probably contain more information, but it is also job interview questions that's gonna make sure that you kind of have an idea about what you're talking about. So, what is two-factor authentication, for example? One of the most important things whenever you're gonna authorize people to some sort of confidentiality level. So you log in, you are the client, the user, you're the admin. Who are you? But you still need to be two-factor authenticated, and some even do like multi-factor instead of two-factor. It's like, ooh, what is multi-factor versus two-factor? Well, I would say two-factor is two factors, and multi-factors can be more than two. Wait, that's it, I guess. So, if we go down a bit, we are being asked, I guess, many different kind of examples, like define the process of salting and what is salting used for. Now, if you're a chef, a cyber chef, you might say, oh, so I'm going to use this as a spice. Anyway, I would say the questions are really straightforward in many occasions. If you want to learn to use all these kind of terms and you want to learn, when I say use them, I basically mean if you want to learn how to answer and respond to the questions. For example, if someone say, let's do something, list out some of the common cyber attacks. You are sitting in a job interview, being tasked to answer questions from left and from right and from behind, and you say like, okay, so mention some of them. It's like, whoa, okay. So you maybe say, okay, so I know like stuff like phishing, and I do like DDoSing, and I also know rogue software. Okay, but then say, but you didn't mention man in the middle. Is that because you don't know it? Or what about password attacks or malware? It's like, yeah, I know them, of course. And then you just explain it. Don't be afraid to forget stuff, because you're like in a job interview, and it is perfectly okay to ask, would you like any specific ones then I can explain it to you. And then they might say, okay, well, then we're just gonna ask, but sometimes interviews can be like a slaughterhouse, and you should be aware, like, is this the right place for you to work? Pay attention to how they are, what kind of clothes they have on. Is it like a company that's like, ties and tux and suit up and like briefcase and business stuff? And some companies are like that do cybersecurity and programming and development. Personally, I would stay away from these kind of companies because it kind of scares me off. I would like a bit more loose up company. Anyways, that's just my let's scroll down a bit. Like, it's 110, right? So say define an access token, and it seems like it's pretty straightforward, questions that we could basically just use for anything. We just this is a learning sheet, define hybrid attacks, blended dictionary method and brute force. Well, okay. What is Nmap? Okay, so it's a really good list of questions, I would say. And in the bottom, you even do have stuff like top 25 ethical hacking interview questions and answers, and 22 best cybersecurity software tools and stuff like that. I have no idea what's behind these kind of links, but I always suggest, you know, click on stuff and look at what people created. So for this video, really, what I wanna do is to create some awareness for you to think about what kind of things can I be asked in a job interview. This is some of the things. You can also be asked something different. You know, I had many different kind of job interviews in my past. You know, most of them it is me talking, and most of the time it is basically just, you know, do you and I and him and her, do we like blend in okay, you know? Don't be afraid to, you know, sometimes you just don't have the right swag, right? For a company. You're just not the man or the girl, the woman, the boy, you know, whatever gonna be, the squid for the company. Sometimes it is just, you didn't have the right mood, you didn't fit in. Because think about it, maybe you are competent as hell, you are so good at cybersecurity, you know everything, you're just perfect almost, but you just doesn't have it with the people you're sitting with in the room, and you can feel the awkwardness around you, like, oh yeah, they're friendly, but yeah, not your kind of people. You know what I mean, right? So that is really important. In most occasions, I would say the very first interview is more about, do we get along? That is the point, okay? Please think about it. It's very important. Get along in your job. Have some good colleagues, you know. Doesn't matter if he doesn't know everything in the first place. It is not the end of the world. Will never be the end of the world. So I guess that is all the things I want to say in this video. If you like the video, please subscribe to my channel, like the video, even ask some questions down below, and I'm gonna answer all of them. So until next time, bye bye.